My wife slept with my best friend and now wants to work things out. My wife, 35F, and I, 36M, have been together for 17 years. Together, we are parents to 3 kids. I had always believed that I wanted to be a monogamous man who would only have one partner to return home to throughout time. Over the years, I've had ladies approach me, but I never followed through since I was happy in my marriage and didn't want to harm my ideal woman. On 2 separate instances over the years, I found out she was cheating on me in our marriage. One was a few years of an intermittent relationship with a married coworker, and the other had a brief reunion with a high school sweetheart while she was visiting her family in a different state. After a period of separation with both situations, I decided to forgive my wife because I never wanted to raise my children in a broken home like I had been, and I really felt like we could make it through. I'm sure there will be people who say I am stupid, which looking back I can't even deny myself. When the incident involving her coworker occurred, we were young, so I put it down to that and assumed we were just making rash decisions. Things seemed to be going well for a time. I never fully trusted her, but I did my best to ignore my suspicions because I knew that if I chose to forgive her, I would need to make every effort to go on and start over. It has been 4 years since her second infidelity, and I believed that by giving her the opportunity to prove that she still desired to remain in our marriage, I had made the proper choice. For years we were pleased with her and even had plans put in place for our family's future. She was a different person. However, 2 months ago, my reality was once again shattered by yet another incident which in my mind was by far worse than the others. I eventually got a message from the wives of 2 of my closest friends. This friend had met my wife in passing and knew her somewhat, but it wasn't as if we all hung out or anything for me to be concerned about them. Since we shared an office, there were occasions when my wife would bring him up repeatedly when we were discussing work. She would also bring him a coffee to work. When she did, I observed that she would dress more provocatively than usual, but I never brought it up. She even persuaded me that on his birthday, we need to get him a joint present and go out for drinks. Simple things like that, which were clearly strange. But as I previously stated, I didn't believe I needed to be concerned about either of them. I didn't believe he would be interested either because, as far as I knew, he and his wife had a happy marriage, and he never talked negatively about it. Not to add that I trusted him, and we had been friends for a very long time. I used to joke with my wife about how she showed too much interest in him, and she would laugh it off, telling me that all she really wanted was to be friends with another spouse. Again, I never gave my wife's excessive familiarity with him much thought because I felt they would make wonderful friends. She never really attempted to arrange anything as far as to hang out with him and his wife as a couple. It turns out that I made a big mistake by choosing not to, since I saw several screenshots that seemed to show that they were having a serious relationship. I didn't want my wife to have the chance to control the situation or attempt to lie her way out of it, so I wanted to gather my evidence before I confronted her. I thus began looking through credit statements, call logs, etc. Because, other from the social media screenshots I saw, I had no idea how widespread this was in reality. Neither of them attempted to deceive me when the truth was revealed. When she was supposed to be doing double shifts at work, and he was supposed to be on family vacation, I discovered that they were secretly heading to motels, and that for about a month, my friend would leave work to visit her at her job, and she would meet up with him during his lunch breaks. Before the truth was revealed, they had even scheduled a hotel stay for the next weekend. I have severed my friendship with my friend, and to be honest, I'm not sure what to do about my wife's condition. After their affair ended, my wife really apologized, stating she had just gotten carried away. She said that even though my friend and I both spent a lot of time at work and on other activities, she felt that our marriage lacked something because I was the nice guy, and she allowed herself to be envious of the way he treated his wife. She said she wished she could have had that same treatment from me, but was too scared to tell me that I wasn't doing enough in our marriage. She so admitted that she erred and that once it got going, she had no idea how to stop it. We are now living in the same home since, in all honesty, neither of us has the funds to move right now because her family doesn't reside here. The cost of housing is exorbitant, and we still have our school-age children living with us. She basically wants to keep me around, which includes assuring me that as long as I see women on a casual basis outside of our marriage, she won't hold it against me as cheating. I told her that's not much of a marriage and it's certainly not anything I ever set out to have, but she is hell-bent on keeping our family together by any means. She's even brought up how we shouldn't let our kids live in a broken home because of our marital issues. I suppose my wife believes that nothing will make me want to leave our marriage, And by making such offers, she believes that our marriage will be saved. That is, I suppose, partly my fault for allowing so much to go away with me in the past. I do love her in some ways. But right now I believe that love stems more from our shared children and our nearly 20 years of dating than it does from any romantic sentiments. Even though my wife is over my league and I lack confidence in myself, I don't think those factors justify staying. She says she loves me and doesn't want to lose everything we've worked so hard to achieve, but I find it hard to believe that given how comfortable she was, running around with one of my very few friends. I don't think I can trust her, and even if I do forgive her, how long before she does it again? Because individuals are fallible. I do believe that people can make mistakes and be forgiven. But this isn't a single mistake. To be honest, I have so little faith in her that I'm not even sure whether there have been other incidents beyond the ones I am genuinely aware of. Right now, my mental state is just a mud puddle. My life is essentially a shit show, and I'm not sure how to move forward. I'm sure that someone hearing this will label me a dumbass, and I can't even dispute that.